Thanks for joining us. We begin with the Ohio teenager who was called literal hell on wheels by the judge in her murder trial. Mackenzie Shirilla intentionally drove her car 100 miles an hour into a brick wall, killing her boyfriend and another friend who was in the back seat. And in recently released body cam video after her arrest, the teen seems more distraught about her jewelry than her victims. It was supposed to be a fun night out for Mackenzie Shirilla with her boyfriend Dominic Russo and his friend Davion Flanagan in Strongsville, Ohio. But in the overnight hours with Mackenzie Shirilla behind the wheel of this Toyota Camry, it would all turn tragic. Everything appeared to be normal as cameras show their vehicle approach the intersection. After the car makes a right turn, it starts to move at full speed, 100 miles per hour, then slamming into a building. This is the scene as police arrive. TrueCrime News obtained hours and hours of body cam video. The front of the car completely smashed in. The three friends are caught in the twisted metal and destruction.
Oh my God. I don't even know how to freaking...
Then, a miracle.
She's alive. We gotta get her out here.
Officers notice Mackenzie trapped in the driver's seat.
She's pinned in there.
They work to get her out of the car, but she's unable to be moved from the wreckage.
Oh my God.
She's breathing now?
But as officers check on her other passengers,
I don't feel cold from this guy.
Oh, yeah.
the crash was just too violent. Dominic Russo and Davion Flanagan were pronounced dead at the scene. And as firefighters used tools to help free Mackenzie from the car,
No one should be here.
they are finally able to remove her from the wreckage.
She's moving a little bit. She can move her leg.
One look at the photograph of the car and it's hard to imagine how Mackenzie survived the crash. She was treated in the hospital for her injuries. But as investigators start to piece together what happened that night, they find marijuana in the car, and tests reveal that Mackenzie had a THC level above the legal limit. They start to question what was going on while Mackenzie was behind the wheel, trying to determine whether this was an accident or a deliberate act of murder.
We have Davion's like 360. We don't. You guys have that one big crash.
And friends start showing up at the police station, saying they noticed something on the tracking device, Life 360, which can calculate how fast someone is traveling.
She hit the gas before, and it shows you that they literally hit the gas right when they got into that area. They were driving fine for like 15 minutes.
Right.
How all of a sudden you drive good for 15 minutes, you drive bad for like 2 minutes.
They say the data on the app says the car never slowed down before hitting the building. And they tell police about what they call a toxic relationship between Mackenzie and Dominic Russo, her boyfriend of several years.
There's lots of people that have come up to me and said they've always fought, like everybody. Like I can a lot of witnesses to say that.
They say Davion only asked for a ride home that night and was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Police learned of a previous incident where Mackenzie threatened to crash her car while her boyfriend was a passenger.
I'm Detective Hazu. I'm the one who's been investigating the crash.
Several months after the crash, Mackenzie is arrested.
You're under arrest for aggravated murder ×2, okay? Nobody's gonna ask you any questions. Nobody's gonna bother you. Can I have your key, please?
Could you please be careful taking this one off so it doesn't break the bracelet, please?
You got it. You got it. No.
Thank you.
You got it.
Police say the Toyota's event data recorder showed that Mackenzie deliberately accelerated into the building, and she never once tried using her brakes. Her parents arrived to the police station as she's being booked.
Okay, well, I still need to speak to my daughter so she understands what her not saying anything to you guys.
She is 18 years old and she can speak that.
Yeah, but she's a dumb 18-year-old that just turned 18.
Well,
and you guys are all the kids nowadays are dumb. And these guys are going to take advantage of her. She's not allowed to speak to you guys. I'm telling you that.
Her attorney can call us.
Mackenzie is booked and charged with 2 counts of murder. She would later be found guilty in a bench trial, and despite pleas from her parents in court for leniency, she is sentenced to 15 years to life in prison with the possibility of parole. Davion Flanagan's father posting this on Facebook, saying that we do not seek vengeance, only justice for our son, who was nothing more than an innocent passenger looking for a ride home. Welcome back. It is a case that puzzled authorities in Louisiana for years, and they need your help. At first, it appeared that Nanette Krentel, the wife of a local fire chief, had died in a tragic house fire. But investigators would find something much more sinister at play when they sifted through the ashes.
Oh my God.
The thick black smoke from the raging fire turns day into night.
It is fully engulfed from the second we pulled up.
The heat so intense, all that's left of the house is a concrete slab.
There was nothing of the house that had any kind of chance of being salvaged.
And buried beneath the rubble, the charred bodies of a dog, 2 cats, and the woman who was so devoted to them. She was, ironically, the wife of the fire chief.
They made a wall of people standing shoulder to shoulder so that I couldn't see them move her.
And he's the first responder who arrives to find his own house on fire.
Come on, let's go!
Then realizes he's lost everything.
I knew at that moment that they had found her. They didn't even have to say a word.
How did Nanette Krentel die? Did she try to rescue her pets and was overcome by smoke inhalation? Was it suicide by fire? Or was that blaze intentionally set to cover up a murder?
It just made no sense that in the middle of the day, here she would have died in a fire.
Nanette Krentel grew up along the bayous of New Orleans.
Nanette, she was a very sweet, caring person. She had a little bit of a feisty side to her.
Nanette and I met our freshman year. We just kind of clicked. She was this fun, kind person who you just love spending time with.
But the person who Nanette spent the most time with is the one who captured her heart, Stephen Krentel. Although he was already married when they met, he soon divorced and married Nanette, who worked as a preschool teacher.
Absolutely loved being with the kids and was one of the most sought-after teachers in this area. She has a huge heart. She has tremendous compassion for animals.
So when Nanette finally retired, she spent her days raising animals on their massive 100 acres in Lacombe, Louisiana. She also passed the time practicing her hobby, shooting.
It was something that we could walk out our back door and do on a routine basis, and she didn't go anywhere without at least one gun with her.
And Nanette had a lot of guns for the house, the car, and her purse. She had everything to live for, her animals, her guns. Rural life for this loving couple was good until that fateful day.
I got a phone call from my cousin, and he was telling me that my house was on fire, and at that second I hung the phone up, ran out with my chief of training, we jumped in my department vehicle and started driving to the house. I was calling her cell phone, I was calling the house phone, but everything was going straight to voicemail.
In this dramatic footage of the very moment, Stephen can be seen rushing to his own home as it was burning to the ground.
When we got to a point that we could see the home, it was from one end to the other. It was fully involved.
And then the worst.
I knew they had found her at that time.
But when the coroner takes Nanette's charred body to the morgue, a shocking discovery. The fire didn't kill Nanette. It was something far more ominous.
The coroner's office and our pathologist here discovered a bullet hole in her head.
Her beloved animals were also shot. But who pulled the trigger? Nanette or a cold-blooded killer?
I knew it. I knew somebody did this. She didn't just die in that fire.
And in the charred remains, investigators find a gun next to Nanette's body.
Unfortunately, due to the hot temperatures of this fire, We weren't able to pinpoint whether the ballistics it matched.
The coroner's office reports the death as a homicide, not a suicide. And then another shocking conclusion. The sheriff says it appears the fire was ignited to cover up Nanette's murder.
At this point, yes, the fire was intentionally set.
The charred scene was shocking enough. Krentel's family home and life left in literal ashes. But when investigators learned Nanette had actually died from a gunshot wound to the head, suspicion swirled.
Whoever did this, I believe, knew her, knew the layout of the residence, the location. I don't see this as a random act of violence. And of course, the chief, Stephen, was our first person of interest.
The fire chief, Nanette's husband, Stephen.
I was never offended or upset when the police were investigating me. I cooperated with everything.
Stephen offered to take a polygraph, and the sheriff admits he passed.
I can go to sleep every night knowing I had nothing to do with this.
He has been clear at this time. Of course, that could change during the course of this investigation, but right now we're pretty clear he was not involved or there at the time of her death.
Leaving it all one big mystery. But as the investigation reveals, someone may have had it out for her.
She didn't feel safe.
Turns out 17 days before the horrifying incident, Nanette emailed her father.
She said she was being followed.
Sadly, though her father has since passed away, at the time, he shared this image of a mystery man lurking outside her front gate.
She also said that she had found a knife and cigarette butt on the property. And she said somebody has come onto the property.
In the email, Nanette wrote this caption: "This was the day I got out to get the mail and looked up, and this man was walking towards me. He just looks creepy." The man remained unidentified and nothing apparently came of it, but Nanette was prepared.
She had one gun in her purse, one gun, a different gun in her car, another gun in the house. Plus she had a Remington 20-gauge home defense shotgun. And I know there was an AR-15 because she said, "This is my baby."
And best friend Lori Rando says Nanette amassed the firepower to protect her from someone she knew. Her brother-in-law, Stephen's brother, Brian Krentel.
She never felt safe, not even in her own home.
We asked Stephen if he thought his brother would harm Nanette.
I did not believe it, but when something like this happens, you have to think that that's a possibility, because if that's the case, he or anybody should pay for this.
Brian has a long rap sheet with 36 arrests for petty crimes that, along with those alleged threats, made him a person of interest.
He was a second person of interest, and his alibi checked out.
Nanette revealed her fears about Brian in a series of Facebook exchanges to Lori, saying the night he got arrested, he told Steve he was going to get out, kill us, and then himself.
He would threaten her because I think he felt that she was kind of sticking her nose in his family business where it didn't belong.
Stephen says the reaction could be related to an incident a few years before Nanette's death.
He was drinking, and the police wound up arresting him that evening, and he went to jail for about a year. And I know that he felt, because Nanette did go with me, he felt that we bared some responsibility for that, and he had a hard time forgiving us for that.
His alibi was as ironclad as the jailhouse ankle bracelet he was wearing. Brian was on house arrest at his mother's home, and security video places him there the day of the murder. The sheriff says Brian cooperated with investigators, and he has never been charged with any involvement in Nanette's death. With brother Stephen's help, he also took our call to comment on whether he and Nanette had any fights.
Oh, not with Nanette. No, my brother, I might have had a fight. I mean, I've been fighting with him since I was born. But with Nan, I never had a crossword. She never had a crossword to me.
We asked Brian if he had any theories about Nanette's murder.
I would not have a clue. You know, it'd be like snowing in Louisiana. It's a one-time thing every now and then, you know?
Yet investigators stand by the assessment that Nanette's death was a homicide, and everyone still needs answers.
I don't know what to think because that's not where she was found, does not make sense to anything.
I don't see it as a random act of violence. This fire, whoever set the fire knew what they were doing. It is a homicide that did occur, and that's where we're going to handle it.
I want to know what happened. I can't wait to look at that person and just know who and why.
Those are questions police still can't answer, and they need the public's help. Remember the mystery man seen outside her front gate in an image shared by her late father? He remains unidentified. And for now, Nanette Krentel's murder remains a true mystery as well.
We just need that one piece of information that we're still missing.